everyone, welcome back to Fred's Garage. Thanks for coming. This is my 2023 Ford Maverick XL. Can you believe it? I've had it for over 2 years now. I got it at the end of March of 2023, and she's been perfect. She's been great over that time. And you know, over those 2 years, I've done dozens and dozens of upgrades and modifications. There's things like this, and like that, and like that, and like that. There's been dozens. And you know, some of them have held up great. Some of them have been actually surprised at how good they've held up. And others, I didn't like at all. There's actually been 2 that I removed, and they just weren't for me. I didn't like them. They gave me quite a bit of headaches. So what I'd like to do in this video is go over some of those upgrades. So this way here, if you're in the market for something and you're not really sure how it's going to last or what it's going to look like, I'll show them to you, and then you can be the judge, okay? I'll go over as many of the upgrades as I can. I'll tell you my honest to goodness opinion on how they've held up, and if I would do it again, okay? So stick around, and we'll go over all these upgrades, see if you like them, and we'll be right back. Alright guys, so let's start from the front, work our way back, then we'll do the inside. I'll show you all the stuff I put in. I'll show you how they've lasted, and I'll show you a couple of things that I've actually removed I didn't like. And this will make your decision if you want to purchase any of this stuff a little bit easier. Right here is one of the first things I put in. The LASFIT switchback LED directional lights. You'll see the video right here if you're interested. These have been in since December of 2023, and they've been perfect. Very happy with these. I would do this in a heartbeat, and I'll show you. They go from this white daytime running light to this yellow directional light. Let me put the directionals on so you can see it better. So now you can see it. It's not a real sharp orange like the halogen, and LASFIT might have fixed that by now, but these things have been great. And when it's dark out, they're 3 times brighter than the regular halogen bulbs that came with it. So I would definitely recommend these LASFIT bulbs, okay? Here they are right here. All right, what's next? All right, here's the next one. My fender lights, Maverick, okay? This was the first generation. I installed these in October of 2023. These have been through 3 hurricanes and several tropical storms. The car's always parked outside, and that's another thing about this video. At least you'll see how everything is in the hot Florida sun, and surviving a couple of hurricanes, 3 hurricanes to be exact. And a lot of this stuff has held up well. Now, a lot of people have had water intrusion issues with these, the first generation ones. I never had a problem, even with all those hurricanes. Maybe I was lucky. Maybe they changed the seals. Who knows? But I actually like the look of the first gen better than the second gen personally. But I'll show you real close. I never went through car washes though. I think that was one of the major culprits. One of the biggest improvements on the second gen are these right here. They made pigtails. You can purchase these on Amazon. They'll be in the description below. Whether you want to go with these lights, come with the pigtails. This one, as you can see, did not. So nobody wants to splice into their harness. I didn't want to do it. It kind of pained me to do it in the first gen. And now with the pigtails, you just plug those in, and then you can splice away. Do whatever you want. And if you want to make your own fender lights, you got your own LEDs, and you want to use the original bezels, you got the pigtails to use. All right, let's go to the next thing. So this was my very first install, okay? This was March of 2023, so 2.5 years. And, excuse me. And like I said, 3 hurricanes, several tropical storms, always outside, never leaked, and any of that was this tonneau cover, okay? Pico tonneau cover or Tigra. The links will be below. This thing only cost me $170, okay? And I'll bring you in closer so you can take a real good look at it. And it's been used and abused and spending every day out in this Florida sun. I don't know where you guys are from, but this Florida sun can put a beating on stuff, okay? What I like about this tonneau cover the best is that it's all metal, okay? It's all aluminum underneath. And for the $170 that I spent on it, I can't believe it. Okay, so the aluminum is really what helped it stay as strong as it can. So I'll bring you in closer. You can take a good look, and you can help you make your own decision. So as you can see, a little bit of the stitching's come up. But it's held up pretty good for 2 years in brutal, brutal sunlight. So let's see how she still operates after all that. And she's still pretty tight. Can't beat it. Especially for $170 or whatever it was. It's not delaminated on the inside. The aluminum rails are really good. It's a good quality little product, you know. I don't know about snow load. I don't live anywhere that gets a lot of snow. If I lived someplace with a lot of snow, I'd probably get a hard one. I don't like trifolds, so it's hard to get a hard one that's a trifold, but I figure I'll show you, and we'll go from there. All right, let's go to the next thing. This has been one of my favorites. I put this in April of 2023. It's a power source for the bed back here, okay? It's got 2 switches. One works the bed surround light, so you can see it right here coming on and off. I'll show you the lights up close in a minute. And the other one turns on the 12-volt power supply. And it turns on the double USB, okay? Very easy to install. Anybody can do it. I give you step-by-step instructions. The video for this is right here, okay? So now you can be at the beach, at the campsite, work site, and you can plug in your 12-volt USB, and you can plug in your phone, and you got power. You can charge your phone, whatever you have with you. Or you can use this 12-volt and power up whatever you need to power up. Definitely a great install. Lasted no problem. With the Maverick, after you turn the key on, this only stays on for 90 minutes. So this way you know. But costs you less than probably $50 to do. And you watch my video, shows you exactly how to do it. Let me show you how these lights work. Real cool. And you see the all tucked in nice and tight underneath the rail. The 2 front ones up against the bed. So there's 6 lights total. Right and tucked in and safe. That's another easy, cheap install. No drilling, no nothing. Just gotta wire it up. Definitely do that again. Alright. So now you know. What do we got next? Oh. Let me show you this truck bed Molly system. This video is coming out next month. It's not for sale yet, but this is pretty freaking cool. Alright, take a look at this. All right, let's move to the inside, okay? One of the first things I did, because I have an XL, is I added this steering wheel cover, okay? Leather steering wheel cover. The video is right here. It takes you about an hour, okay? You got to do a lot of stitching with needlework. It's not that big a deal. You just need to take your time and try it out. Let me show it to you. It's been 2 years, 2.5 years. And every time I grab it and I touch it, I love it. You can change the steering wheel if you want to spend that kind of money. But for the 30, 40 bucks and the hours worth, if you do not have a leather covered steering wheel in any vehicle, this is such an easy way to do it. And I show you step by step how to do it. Let's take a quick look at it. As you can see, it's held up great. Especially for something that you're going to use every day. Changes the whole feel of the truck. The next thing we put in was in December of 2023. This was from a company called Missology, and it's the carbon fiber interior kit, okay? I really love the look of this. It's held up well. It looks great. I picked carbon fiber, but you can pick any color you want. It's a whole bunch of different colors. Let me show it to you. Real easy to install. And I'll show you real close what they look like. They're on the doors too. Here it is by the cup holder and the shifter knob. And you can see it looks great. Held up great. Keeps the truck clean. Easy to clean off. There's a nice section right here around your AC vents. And then this piece here by my radio control knobs. It just makes it look better. Held up great. And like I said, you don't have to go with the carbon fiber. I did. You can pick different colors. And it's on the doors too, so I'll show you on this door right here. You see it around the window switches. I think it looks great. And it's held up great. And then you see it here where the lock and unlock switch is and the door handle. Alright, well now I'm sitting on one of my favorites. By far my favorites. You would think it wouldn't work for me since I'm here in Florida and it's so hot and the car is always hot, but I personally believe that these seat covers from Maverick keep me cooler. It just, I don't know if it's the color or if it's just that the vinyl isn't as hot as the canvas was, as the cloth was, but these seat covers are great. I'm actually trying to find a light color like this to put in my Bronco. They held up great. I put these in May of 2024, so 14 months ago. I'll show them to you. They've held up great. We're on them every day, my kids and I. They get abused. Not one issue. Never pops off the seat. You know, you buy those cheap seat covers. Every time you get in and get out, the bottom of it pops off. These have been perfect. The video is right here if you want to see them in detail. And they've been great. So let me show them to you real quick. And you can see they held up really good. It's got a few wrinkles on the bottom there, but I'm not really a light person. I'll show it to you. The armrest held up real nice. There's the passenger one. In the back, let's take a look at the back. And you can see how the back is held up really nice. And this, as I said, is with kids in it every day. And I personally just like the light color. I like the way the color. I love the way the color matches. Like if you look at the white of the seat and you look at the white on the B-pillar, it matches perfectly. Just really nice seat covers. It'd be hard to tell that these weren't factory. All right, what's next? Another great one that I really love is this dash cam. Let me show it to you. It looks like it's factory. So easy to install. And you know what? It gives me such a peace of mind. I have dash cams in all my vehicle. So if you ever wanted a dash cam and you're like, I don't know anybody to put it in, I don't know how to put it in, this thing doesn't get any easier. The video is right here. And it's made to look factory. Let me show it to you. And then I'll show you some clips from it. This is the dash cam. Looks great. You can't even tell that it's not factory. Works great. It's 4K. Wasn't that expensive. And like I said, easy to install. You can do it. If I can do it, you can do it. And I'll show you some clips of it running right now. Here it comes. This is another one that I use all the time. I've only had it for 3-4 months, but they're air vents. Now, when you're driving down the road and you got these in, they do make a whistling noise, but that's not what I use them for. What I use them for is I park a lot at the beach. I go to the beach quite a bit, you know. Jet skiing, paddle board, take my kids. I'm always at the beach. And in here in Florida, as you can tell by me sweating, it gets really hot. So all these do is help vent out the cab. So all you have to do is place them in here, push them all the way up, and then roll your window up. I'll show you. Now I go to the beach, and it helps get some of the heat out because it gets hot in there. And I just keep them behind my rear seat, throw them back there. Good to go. When I'm all done, I get back. Just take them out, slide them down, and out they come. That's it. Pretty cool. Just show you that. I also just installed this Maverick underbody protection. Goes in right here. Protects this huge cavity from snow, slush, dirt. Especially if I lived back up north, I would definitely have that because that stuff would all pack in there behind your tail light, behind everything. Let's talk about a couple of things that I really love. Work out great. Unfortunately, I just don't keep them on the truck all the time. And one is this bed rack. As you can see right here, this bed rack's really nice. It helps me with the paddle boards when I have to go get big lumber and all that. The only reason I don't keep it on the truck full time, because I haven't found an affordable tonneau cover that I can keep the rack on. I'd like to keep the rack on full time, but I don't know why anybody doesn't make a tonneau cover that fits on the inside. You have to get these things called J channels and a tonneau cover that's made for the J channel, and they're like $1,000. So I don't use the rack for work, so I don't really need it that bad. Another real notable one that unfortunately, it was because of the vinyl. The sun beat on the vinyl, the hurricanes beat on the vinyl, and it just started to look real ratty, was my American flag. I love that American flag. It really made the Maverick look great. It just made it look different than all the other Mavericks, right? But the vinyl quality. But the vinyl quality wasn't really the best. And if I had to do it again, I would go to a shop that had Vivid or 3M vinyl. And that's high-end vinyl, and that would have stayed on real well. But here's a video of what it looked like and how to put it in. And it was on for about 2 years, but then the vinyl just started getting real ratty looking. Well, not everything went great. There was 2 of them that just didn't work for me. The first one are these right here, the hood struts. It wasn't that the quality was bad. The hood struts were made great, and I actually have them in my Bronco, and I love them in the Bronco. The problem with the hood struts in the Maverick, that it would only hold the hood up about this high, okay? So after the second time of me smashing my forehead into this hood, I said a couple of bad words, and I said, that's it, these things gotta go. If they were able to hold them up higher, it would have worked out, I would have kept them, but it only held the hood up about here, lower than the rod. So it didn't work for me. So that was the one reason, and the one item that I got out. You can see the video here of the hood struts. The other one was this. Well, right here was another one that unfortunately didn't work for me. I really wanted it to work for me because I'm all about safety, and this would have made it a lot better. And it's from LASFIT. You can see the video right here. I love their switchbacks, and I have some of their products in my Bronco, and I love those too. The reason these didn't work for me, I had my recall done by Ford, and they were just hyper flash. They would just flash, flash, flash. And then on a couple occasions, they didn't even turn on or turn off. Now, I'm sure LASFIT probably fixed these by now, but they were just too unpredictable for me. So I went back to the good old halogens. The halogens have been around for 120 years. They're still working. But, yeah, I miss these LASFIT ones. We all know these Mavericks get rear-ended a lot, and whatever we can do to prevent that and save the Maverick is the way to go. Well, that's pretty much everything. I hope this video helped you guys and helped you decide on any products that you want to get. They've been pretty good, I gotta tell you. All the companies I went through, I got nothing to complain about. So I tell you what, if you like this video and you want more of these videos, I need you to do me a favor. I need you to give me a thumbs up, hit the notification button, subscribe, and I tell you what, you guys have a great day. See you soon.